What's up guys, my name is Carl and welcome to Tech Hunter. So today we are back in my bedroom and my kind of whole desk gaming setup has been completely changed since you last saw it. That is because I have finally got round to doing it. I thought about recording it, but to be honest, I didn't have the patience. I just got home one evening, got fed up with it and just did it. It's usually what happens with me. I'm very impulsive. I just kind of go out either buy things or I just do things. I don't usually I like to plan ahead, I like to think about it, but most of the time when it comes down to actually doing it, I just want to do it. I don't want to take my time filming each angle. Whereas today, I've done the hard part and I'm going to be focusing on one key thing which I've kind of overlooked in all of this, and that is cable management. So let's have a little closer look at what we've kind of left it with at the moment. Right guys, so let's have a quick kind of look around at what we're working with. We've got my mouse and keyboard there, they haven't changed, but behind them is now the Sound Blaster X Katana soundbar and the subwoofer is down below. That is one of my big changes. I've got rid of the two bookshelf speakers. They need to be kind of moved along and they've been replaced with some nice kind of fairly plain lights, but I've got some Xiaomi Yeelight smart bulbs in there so I can change the colors if I want to. So I can either have like red, blue, whatever. At the moment just white for just more light. And over here we've just got some stuff which we're going to be using today. I've put it on the desk purely for comparison. This was my old stand. So you can see the base of the stand took up a lot of desk space and we've managed to now fit a soundbar in there, lose the speakers. We've got so much free space over there for doing some kind of drawing or writing down note. Again over here, once all that stuff is gone, we'll have even more room. The two lamps either side can easily tuck behind the monitor. The monitor can be pulled out on the arm. It can be raised and all that kind of stuff. It does have some USBs on the actual mount itself, but I am yet to make any use of them. Currently watching a bit of hardware unboxed, just a little Q&A. It's just what I've been doing in my spare time, keeping myself busy. Love those guys. You gotta support the Aussies. But underneath the desk is where we're gonna be focusing on today. As you can see, it's got a little bit unruly. A lot of cables just been kind of left everywhere. And I picked up a few things I'm gonna try out. So these here are some sticky pads with kind of holes in them. Like, should be ready to go for routing cables, and you can just kind of clamp them down. So we don't really need cable ties with them, which should be good. These as well, multi-purpose cable clip. And then these are kind of similar to what you get in the NZXT cases. Just kind of square clamps that you kind of push cables in, squish it down and keep it tight. And then obviously some cable ties, a Stanley knife and some side cutters to cut the cable ties. This is literally a super thin piece of trunking which is going to replace this cable here, because this one is the one which is killing my legs and keeps scratching my knees, and they need to go. So that's what the knife's for. We're going to be scraping some sticky residue off with that. A whole load of cable management, some cable ties, everything I can think of to try and make this look a little bit neater, but also make it a lot easier to add cables in the future. That is one downside to cable ties. You have to cut them every time you want to add another cable in. So I'm hoping that those kind of reusable ones will make things a little bit easier. There's also a few cables to come out. I believe the power and the optical cables for the old speakers are still amongst all this. So I need to remove them and just kind of make stuff happen. So I'm going to get on with that, set the camera up, and you guys can see what happens. Right guys, so first things first, I'm going to look at removing all of the stuff I have under the desk. So there's speakers, there's footrest, and kind of everything else. And then I'm going to start cutting the cable ties I have, removing every single cable that is already up there. And then I'm going to start looking at routing the new cables, and then maybe start thinking about sticking some stuff up and getting things in place. But first things first, let's make some space, get everything off of that desk, and basically start again. As you can see, we've made a massive improvement. Everything is cut down and it looks better than before I even started. Look at this. Just put your legs amongst that, you'll have a great time. Next is the fun part, trying to get the cable tie bases off, so then I can start looking at
sticking the new ones on. And if you ever tried getting these bases off before, they are such hard work. Not that I don't mind that, it's just annoying, really, really annoying. Hopefully I can think of a different way. If you have any ideas of how to remove like the sticky residue that these leave behind, please leave a comment down below, because there's so much of it under this desk which I cannot find a good way to get rid of easily. I've tried like hair dryers and things like that to try and heat it up. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you need to cool it down. Leave your comments down below if any great ideas you found for removing these kind of things, because yeah, I'm going to need that advice going forward. So I've managed to hook near enough all of these ones off, other than the ones right at the back. I'm probably going to leave them because they're not really causing any harm. They're just going to make more trouble than it's worth. Yeah, like I said, if you know how to remove this stuff, like easily, leave a comment down below, please. Because I'm going to leave that there for now until you guys come back with your helpful solutions. And then maybe I'll tackle that in the future.
Right, so this job has just kind of escalated a little bit. I'm going to venture down the back of my desk. We don't all dust behind our furniture, dust accumulates, don't hate on me for that. But there is so many cables wrapped up around themselves. I'm going in. I'm probably not going to film this bit because I'm a little bit embarrassed of the mess and the dirt and the dust. So I'll give you a quick glimpse and then I'll bring you guys back in once it's done.
So as you can see, there is a lot of cables down there and a lot of mess.
And yeah, I'm literally going to unplug everything, start again. It's 5 minutes to 4 now. I'll let you know how long this takes me, but I'm not bringing you along because I'm a little bit embarrassed. Right guys, you thought it looked bad before. It has got a whole lot worse. I've pulled out every single cable, so multiple RGB strip for the monitor, for the mouse, the keyboard, and there is all of this stuff around me, plus some more on the floor behind me. There's a little bit on the desk still. I've caused absolute carnage. You'll be impressed how it looks in a few moments time, I hope. Also gonna need to grab the Hoover because there's a lot of dust, so bear with me on that. So one thing I did forget to mention, I quickly did, was I pulled the monitor all the way out because I was really restricted on my cable length before. So now I've pulled it all the way out so that at pretty much the furthest point away from the desk, it still has cable length on it. And then this way I can follow it all the way down, and then that way once it gets pushed back I will see how much cable I have spare, and then I can manage that properly. Also use one of my sticky pad things with the 3 port holes in it just to neaten up the cables coming out of the soundbar. Now it's time to work out how much spare I have once I push that back and see if I can manage it properly. Wish me luck. Right, I think now I'm ready to try these things. I'm pretty much done right now. As you can see, I'm in a great spot. There's so much sticky stuff under here still. Losing the will to live. Oh, and I still gotta plug this one in. Now, this one's so short, that's what I need the trunking for. So it goes basically in a straight line to my USB hub, and I'm hoping the nice rounded trunking will save my knees from any more scratches. Also, this one, which comes from my monitor, is too short, so I need an extension for that. Then I'll have USBs all working on the monitor stand, all working on the monitor, and all my really easy to access ones are gonna be completely full. So, I could plug the mouse and keyboard back into the PC, but I feel like having them here gives me the opportunity to unplug them and maybe try a new mouse or keyboard once in a while. So there's that. And upon second glance, I think these are too small for the amount of cables I'm putting in them. So I'm gonna try the NZXT style ones. Hopefully they work. 3M adhesive, it's usually a good sign. It means it's pretty good.
Well, that was pretty painless. I'm gonna get some more of them ones. And look, I forgot to add 2 cables, so it should be really easy to add them in. Oh my God, why did I not find these sooner? The one thing that is probably gonna screw me over is the power bricks for the monitor and the speaker. They're heavy, and the cable that comes from the brick to the monitor or the PC is a lot shorter than the bit that goes from the brick to the power plug. I don't know why. I don't even know why they have to do that. I'd rather just make the device bigger and not need the power brick. This is what I probably should have done. If you're doing one at a time, it makes it really easy to click it all in. And that way you don't get any cables crossed over, which I should have started doing instead of finished doing. But oh well. I spent most of my day upside down, starting to lose the will to care. But these clips though, really, really good. Really impressed by these. And look, there's one that I've forgotten to put in, or that needs an extension. Whatever happens with this, it's going to be so easy to just add in. Oh, and I forgot my mouse. But not to worry. Boom! Easy as that. I need to do something with those power bricks because the weight of them is starting to pull the adhesive off already. I need a way to kind of take the weight off of them and make sure they're sat on something, and so that gravity isn't just doing its thing and pulling those heavy bastards down. So bear with me. Right guys, I got pretty much everything done I wanted to get done. Everything is really nicely in place, as I just quickly move that one last cable. Behind the desk, behind the drawers should I say, is an absolute mess. That is mainly due to access. I can't get to it, so it's always going to be a little bit of a pain. It's a lot better managed than it was. My girlfriend gave me a hand poking the cables up and hooking them over and stuff like that. So that made things a little bit easier, but I finally kind of got it to where I want it to be. I forgot one cable, which is the subwoofer cable, but luckily with these little clips, it's really easy to add an extra cable. The only thing I do need to change is up on my desk where I've got kind of like a 3-port cable router thing from the from the soundbar. I need to change that for a kind of 4-port type thing. So that I can do at the end of the video. I'm not going to bring you guys along for that, that's just wasting your time. But the final piece, which I've been looking forward to for about a week now since I've had this, is getting this thing stuck on the bottom of this desk, sorting this white cable out, and then I should save my knees a little bit of scratching. So I'm going to measure this up, cut this, and then I should be good to go.
that's it. I've done it. Finally. It's taken me about 3 hours to achieve this. So, needed a little help. Needed a couple spare hands, but I got there in the end. And I'm happy with how it looks. Everything looks super clean from above. Everything looks super clean from down below. And yeah, finally, I'm really happy with how these turned out. So honorable mentions go to these bad boys. These are actually pretty damn sick. You managed to get, I don't know, about 7 or 8 cables through these. And the thick ones as well, like your display ports, your USB 3 extension cables. Those bad boys are pretty damn good. These things, not very good. The sticky like adhesive on them isn't the best. It peels off really easily, and yeah, a little bit disappointed with those. These ones, actually not so bad. They're a little bit small, so they're not great for a lot of cables, but if you get maybe 2 or 3 cables in there, they're very solid, really easy to clamp down. They go pretty tight, easy to stick. They're a little bit less kind of bulky, and they require a little bit less space than these ones. But yeah, these pretty good as well. Happy with my purchases on them. This stuff did the job as well. You can get this kind of stuff in Screwfix and places like that, or even on Amazon for a lot more money than you'd pay at kind of like your general hardware stores. But really happy with how that looks. So clean. Really happy with this, to be honest. And up above, I can finally lift up my monitor, move it around again, now that I've got a bit of slack on those cables. And also the good thing is, once I move that around, a lot of the slack generally stays above the desk, which I'm really happy about. So I don't really have to deal with any extra cables down below. Everything's just really clean. All I need to do now is tidy up all this mess. So I'm not gonna bring you guys along for that because that's just boring. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you like this kind of video, please do click that subscribe button down below so you can see my face again soon. And don't forget to hit that like button on your way out, and you can see what we kind of come up with next in this setup. I'm pretty sure the next thing will be the PC. Looking at upgrading that soon. I want a new case, possibly gonna be looking at going for more cores for editing as well. So that probably means a Ryzen CPU in the future for myself. Anyway, guys, that's it. Catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.